As self-built campervan's going through its next stage, we've got an awful lot to fit on the campervan in this video. It starts by getting the van up on the leveling ramp so my fat ass can fit underneath it. We've got the side steps first. We picked these up from Vanstyle. All started with a quick flick of the instructions. Try to figure out exactly how that goes. The front bracket goes by the front wheel. If you look directly underneath, you'll see just behind this there's a bracket up there, and then straight onto the sill just up there, and there's a bracket that's there. That's the one that holds onto the actual sill. It comes out and the whole van moves when I shake it. The middle one, that's a pain. So if you look at the sliding door, that's about where it actually installs, and if you go underneath, you've got one hole just there. I had to widen the hole in the chassis leg for the pin to go into there, and again straight into the sill, and again that's solid. The back one, well, you just go by the back wheel, have a look underneath, and there is a big massive chassis leg just sat there looking pretty just up there, and it bolts straight into that nice and solid, ain't going nowhere. Should hold my fat weight. Get the running board that's going on this side and we turn it over. If you look at all these grooves, you've got these screws. You get 12 of these in the kit, and it's basically 6 for each side. They go in that little circle just there, flick it all the way down in that little circle, 3 on each side, in each runner, and then they're going to be what secure it to the actual brackets. Can you see what I mean? So them, well, when this gets turned the right way over, slot onto them, and then you just tighten them down, boof, it secures it straight to the brackets. You can sort of get a gist of them now, can't you? I mean, if you go underneath, you can see the brackets, they are secure, or this bracket is the middle one, secures to the bracket, secures to the sill, and then secures to the runners underneath the step. Work on the brackets on the other side, and the side steps are on. How cool is that? It looks nicer on the other side because 1, you've got the sun over this side, 2, you've got the awning on this side too. I love the look of that, and there's a lot more to do to make this look absolutely amazing. Maybe around there, maybe around there. Thought best to come for a little drive out, good 45-minute drive, just to check the side steps and make sure everything's all perfect. But while we're here, got that out just to sort of take some pictures and stuff. Obviously we're not staying off grid or anything, that'll go away in a second, but yeah, it's quite cool. It's coming together slowly. Danielle was hiding from the camera, so I thought I'd get this angle to get her. There's loads more to do with this van, so let's crack on with it. Now that they're up, let's add a little bit of weight to the front. Yeah, I'm very excited about this bit, but it comes with a bit of bad news. Like, I would really love to tell you where I got this bull bar from, but I didn't have a great experience. It's gonna look awesome. I mean, it was sort of an impromptu buy, but there's only a couple of companies in the UK that actually sell this bull bar. This bull bar is quite special because it's got a crumple zone built into it, so it's nice and safe. It's the only UK certified one you can use on these vans. It's lightweight, so it's not that heavy, and it's got the fixings on it for some lights if I wanted to put some lights on, which I will do eventually. Well, driving back from Vanstyle the other day, I got diverted off the main road. I thought, you know what? I saw a sign there for where this place was. I thought, I'll go in and just randomly just turn up and say, can I buy it? Here's the money. And they were kind enough. They said, yeah, not a problem, all this sort of stuff. Didn't have the cash, ordered it online. They gave it to me there and then. But while I was like fanning about on my phone trying to send money over, he was grabbing hold of this, the spare wheel carrier, and proper ragging on it and pulling on it, saying, oh, that's Wheeliams shit. I'm not being funny, mate. That is a good quality wheel carrier. And it's cheap, and it doesn't mess with the hinges. So it is a good one. And he was picking apart, oh, you've got cheap budget tyres on. Yeah, mate, but they've done 60,000 miles on them, and they still have probably another 40,000 left in them. It was just not very good. So I don't really want to promote where I got this from. I will put a link down in the description below for one of the other places that sell it. They were near enough the same price. I'm just a real sucker for good customer service, and I didn't feel like I got that as much as I could have there. Anyway, we've got a bracket just here in there, we've got another one just over there, and we've got these ones just here. This bull bar doesn't interfere with any of the parking sensors on the front of this van, which is extremely handy. I've gone ahead and put the brackets together following all the instructions. Check out the quality of those instructions. You can hardly see what it says. Anyway, just so sort of I can see what's what. Now I've got to take them apart mostly so that I can actually get it all fitted. I've got to take these clamps off there and this one off here. I've got the bigger bolts just there. I need to keep them for a little bit later, but now I've got to take these ones off here and separate these brackets because they're the first things to go onto the van. And then we are left with that one and that one. I was wrong. First job is this splitter. It should just flick off now, or if I put some extra screws in there that I shouldn't have. There we go. Boom. front splitter is off. If you come underneath the van, just up here, you've got that first bolt, just there. You've got another one. Let's have a look, see if I can find this one for you. Just there. Undo them 6mm, and then the bracket actually goes in and secures back in. Be warned, they're tight. Next, it's these brackets that attach onto there, just like that, where they're actually pointing outwards. Now, I've not done them up massively tight. They're tight enough to sort of, where I've still got a little bit of movement in them. When I've got the exact location of the bar on the front, I can nip them up properly tight then. Just leaves me a little bit of room for error. I can adjust. Now it's these two. These are the ones that connect to the actual grill. These take a bit of measuring to do now. In theory, in like that, twist it up, and then it, oh yeah, that just clips in perfectly. I put them in the wrong one. They're not supposed to be in that one, they're supposed to be in that one. I measured the full width from there all the way over to there. I found my center point, and then I measured 240 millimeters to there, and the same that way. In theory, that should be 480. Let's have a little gander. Yep, I'm gonna say that's 480 minus like half a centimeter. A little bit of an adjustment. Then I've got these brackets to fit. They go on inside that hole, nipped up nice and tight. That's what secures that bracket to the actual frame of the van. Final measure, and yeah, that'll do perfect. Hit the bull bar. So I have to lift it in place and drop a few screws in those top ones just to secure it into place. So then I can work on that screw and then that bolt. Alright, so I've not looked at it now. I've just come from underneath. It's... I've just caught a glimpse of it. Ah, that's cool. Yeah. Now it's up on the leveling ramps at the front end, so you can see the brackets under there. But I might actually just get some little bit of paint on them, and maybe those bits there. That looks wow good. I want to get that sticker off though. There was only one thing to make it look better. We took the chrome badge off, added a matte black badge. That was only 15 quid from Vanstyle. I'll leave them linked down in the description because they are pretty cool, to be fair. And it just clipped on. But now look at it. Ah, yes. Surely I'm not the only man to ever be sat in Halford's car park changing a headlight bulb. Yeah, that one's definitely blown. Let's see if it's taken that light off the dash. This is literally the only problem that I had with this whole entire van, was you turn the ignition lights on, you turn them on, and it would flag up on the dashboard straight away. Left whatever light out. But I got my Tiger Seal, and I've never really used this. I've always swayed towards Sikaflex, and the bloke inside went, ha, good luck with that. Well, I'm not being funny, mate. That's kind of exactly what I want it to do. My bull bar isn't supposed to set off the actual reverse, the parking sensors, but I kind of get the odd glitch here and there. Oh wait, I know what that is. Let me show you that. So what that is, you can see it's, there you go, it's gone off completely. Let me quickly, oh, back on again. Let me quickly show you. So I had an incident a while ago where a deer, little Bambi, decided it wanted to commit suicide. It's this sensor that's playing up. You can see how it's sort of on the whiff and sort of all bent and buckled and stuff. It's that that's playing up. That's the reason. So I'm wondering whether I can either A, heat this up, straighten it back out, or B, this comes out as a step when that's not sticking up like that, and I can get under there and sort of Tiger Seal it to point the wrong way maybe. I don't know, it's something that I desperately need to play with. But first I want to see what it looked like with the Vanstyle wheel arch extensions on the side of this van, because they do look absolutely amazing. A lot of people seem to think they're just moisture traps, they're going to catch moisture underneath, but these ones don't. They will get condensation inside, but there's various alleys for the moisture to get out, so it doesn't cause any issues whatsoever. They come with an alcohol wipe. I gave it a good alcohol wipe. Then it come with a priming wipe. Get that on, prime the material that's actually going to be stuck to really nicely. Peel back the double-sided sticky tape that's actually come with it, and then I like to add quite a lot of Tiger Seal to the areas. Now again, this is where all the moisture alleys can actually escape from the wheel arch cover, I guess. I've not Tiger Sealed all the way around, creating a full seal. There's loads of gaps where air can get in and escape back out, so it's going to keep it nice and dry inside. We crouch down, we stick it on, mark it in the right places, give it a good push into shape, squish out that Tiger Seal all over the place. How cool does that look now? I am made up with how that looks now. That is banging. Like even down to the like sort of ghosted graphite dock sticker, the black badge, the bull bar, it just, oh, it's all coming together now. Yes! Now we've got a little tiny indoor modification. 3 little boxes from Alla Chino, and it's basically just a couple of little hooks, but they're not really hooks. They're like that. And they're quite cool because it's suction cupped, but to tighten the suction cup, you have to do that. Turn that and it tightens it back onto the wall. And they're basically to go in my shower room just up there. So for one reason and one reason only. We've got a heater vent coming in because the idea is to use this as a drying room in the winter. It's becoming autumn, it's very wet. I can hang some clothes up there, whack the heating on, and then boom, we've got drying clothes. Let me quickly show you another thing I got from Vanstyle from that big adventure that I had down there. And this isn't anything that's sort of like permanently fixed to the van, but it's actually, I saw it while we were on the tour and I was like, add the basket. So you have to open the door up and then you can see the thing there. Well, it's basically that. It's a step, so it folds down into basically nothingness. It's got a bit of rubber on the end. I think this was literally 15 quid or something simple like that. Goes like that, goes like that. You put your full weight on there to be able to get up and do anything you want up there. I think it's just going to be handy to leave in the door card just there, so if we're ever on the motorway and I see something wrong or save getting the ladders out and stuff like that, I can just grab that, boof, boof, straight up. I have got something that I picked up off of eBay. My mate Carlos Smith sent it to me, and I was like, do you know what, that would really add to the swamper look on this camper van, but I can't figure out where to actually put it. And it was an impulse buy. He bought them, I bought them. We're both in the same situation now. Like, it can't fit there, it can't fit there, what do I do with it? And it's basically that. Now it is an official proper towing eye. It is built with proper grade stuff, but we were going to use them for visual things, just to make it look like a swamper. Obviously get that powder coated black or sprayed black or something, but it doesn't fit. The original plan was to go somewhere down here, but it's just, it doesn't fit. It doesn't go in the gaps or anything like that. Same there, same there, same there. One thing I can do is get the actual towing eye itself and get that screwed into there, and then just put the carabiner dangling down, but I think that'll just look a bit out of place. I don't know if that can't really bolt all the way up to it though, so I'm a bit stuck with that one. I'm going to keep them, see what I can come up with them. You never know, they might look quite nice on the back bumper maybe. I don't know. Next job, I want to get those brackets painted on the bull bar and those ones underneath. So I've maxed them off, but while I'm doing this, I may as well do something else. I've got these brackets to go on the next video, maybe this video, I'm not too sure yet. But while I'm spraying, I may as well get these done. Can anyone guess what they're for? Here's a little painter's top tip. Obviously, I've got edge primer here for these bits here. But I went into Halfords and they were like 38 quid for a couple of bits of paint. So then I thought, no, I'm not paying that. Went into B&Q. The B&Q was near enough the same price, like 32 quid. I thought, no. Google Map, went on to car spray paints, went to the local shop that done it. Like, it was called Wigan, I think it was Wigan, I don't know, Wigan Paints or whatever. 12 quid I think it was. Bargain. Etch primer on these first, but I bought these just to spite people as well. You see, the original plan was to get them from the same company that done this bull bar, but I had such a bad experience with them, I paid a little bit extra and went somewhere else. Just a thin coat to start with. First little coat of black. No, I haven't spray painted the cat was just there, but give it a nice little dusting just to help everything settle in nicely. Gives it a nice even coat when it's finished. That's the last coat on them. And the last coat on them and them. And we've got to try and take off all this tape and see what it looks like underneath. Yeah, that looks so much better, doesn't it? Next, while I've got the paint out, do you know what? I'm going to do this. This is something for a slightly later project, but I'm actually going to fit it in this one now that I've got it. So it's just a case of etch primer this stuff out now. And while that first coat's actually drying, I might try and run the wires for the lights. You can definitely tell that autumn is here, can't you? We're going to start with the pod lights. Now the pod lights are bonnet lights. I call them ditch lights. One goes there on the bonnet, right onto these brackets which I got from Wheeliams. But if we look over this side, this is where the fun begins. It's the reason I don't go anywhere else when it comes to lights other than Auxbeam. They are so idiot proof, it's unbelievable. These ones that I've got, they're a 4-inch light. You've got your standard white light, you've got amber DRLs at the top, day running lights, and then you've got amber and white lights together. Not just that, if you look at them, You get all different shapes and sizes. You can get whatever you want for whatever scenario you want. They're the ones I've gone for, the 4-inch squares. Let's have a look this side. They've got 3 light modes, upgraded brightness, IP68 waterproof, so they are properly waterproof. They're easy to install, and that's what I love about all the Auxbeam lights, every one of them. And let me show you just how easy they are. So we open them up. You are important. Just remember that in life. Now I've actually opened that upside down. That's typical of me, isn't it? Open it up, and that's what you've got just there. Don't worry about the colour of the lights. These are the lights that I've got. You see that bracket just there? Well, that bolts into that top hole just there. These brackets are made for this van, but that cover on the front actually does just unclip off. So if you like the white better, you can have the white better. I do kind of like that cover. I'm not going to lie, I do like it. But all it is 2 of those lights for this part of the video anyway, and you see the clips. Nothing special, is it? Nice big thick cable, but this is where it's idiot proof. Your wires come already wired. All you need to do is connect positive and negative to whatever battery terminal you want. These 2 plugs here connect into these 2 plugs here, and then you're done. That's your on-off switch just there. It's already got its relay wired in. It's already got a fuse wired in. The Auxbeam lights are literally plug and play. And they have lights for every single scenario. Whatever you want the light to do. All the lights do all different things. I can't wait to get these on. So let's crack on. We'll start with those 2 first. And these are not the only lights going on this van today. 2 massive ones going there today as well. They're literally held on with a couple of 13mm that actually take the bonnet off. The bottom one bolts all the way off and then bolts back on. The top one's got a little slider in it, so you can just undo slightly, slide it on, get it lined up level so it's not actually touching the bonnet, and then they come over the bonnet just like that. They're quite cool. Next, I need a pair of snippy snips, and because directly behind there you can see just there, there's a little nipple on the actual rubber grommet just there. I need to nip that off to be able to get the wires through into the actual cab. That cable will come out in the passenger footwell, then it's just routed behind there to put the switch over there somewhere. With the switch for this one being put here, because I've still got the cap to go over there, and then I can put the other switch either there, down here, or up there, run the cables down through there and back out into the passenger footwell. Dropped both the lights onto the brackets. Obviously they've still got all the film and clips and stuff on both sides. Now I've just got to connect the wires up together. I've left them fairly loose just so I've got a bit of adjustment later. Connect these 2 plugs into these 2 wires just here, then tidy up all the wiring for these lights. Oh, and I've got to connect the positive and negative to the battery, but I don't know whether to go to the battery or to this buzz bar that's already built into the van. Yeah, I forgot I was painting all this. I've just come and turned it all over to give it another coat of etch primer on the other side. But instead of doing all the wiring and tidying all that up under the bonnet, there's no point in doing it now because I've got these bad boys to fit. Check these out, 7-inch high intensity off-road fog lights. Look at that. 33,000 lumens. I had Auxbeam light bar on the top of my old van, my old Ford Transit Connect. Shout out to all the OGs who still remember that van. I do miss that van. Darting around all the little mountain passes that this thing can't fit down. Anyway, every time I turned that light bar on and saw it, it just made me smile, made me giggle. It brought out the inner child in me. It was stupid bright. These 360 Pro Series are brighter than that. And I've even got the 2 little ditch lights sat up there too. This is going to be so cool. I can't wait to test these out tonight if I can get them installed easy enough. But these are just like the ditch lights. The wiring is already pre-wired. Everything, the relays, the switches, everything is already on it. So it's just plug and play. It's idiot proof. It's perfect for me. Check out these bad boys. Oh yes. Look at them. Boo. Now Auxbeam, they do a load of different lights, and they do more fancier ones where they've got better DRLs in them, day running lights. They've got multi-changing colours, loads of different ones. These were just perfect for what I wanted. Nice, simple, easy, and it's just got the plug at the back. Look at them. Oh, they're going to look awesome on the front of the van. But as always, with the last ones, wiring first. Exactly the same with just the various plugs on that you need. But this one comes with a standard switch instead of those double on-off switches. The switch we've put there, we've put the blanking plate back on, we've ran the cable in exactly the same way through the grommet under the bonnet. God, I hate running cables. That comes back out of that grommet along with the other one. There's the relay for it and the positive and negative. Now the positive and negative, I've just watched Axe's video, and under here is the buzz bar like I thought, but there should be a spare one which is just down there, so I can get a bridging fuse for there, run the positive to both of them into there and the grounds to there or to that one up there. Pulled the light cables out to there so that basically now we can just clamp on the brackets and then fit the lights, plug them in. Let's have a look at the brackets, because the brackets again were a special one. I could have got them from the first place where I got the bull bar, but I didn't. I went to T5 upgrades for these. Oh yes, we have got a little problem though. We have got a little problem. The clip goes into there, as you can tell, but we've actually got like this piece of material blocking the way that the clips can actually go in. So I might need to actually go and like Dremel that out. I've had to pull the bull bar forward so that I can get these fitted in, so that still needs to go back as well. So I'm just going to get the Dremel and just nip out a little square just there, and the cables can come straight through behind, straight into that. I just wanted to make sure they were actually like level between the badge and stuff. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I kind of think they look a little bit better that further apart. What do you think? Marked out exactly where the clip has got to go. I've got the atom out and the Dremel is plugged into that, so we'll turn it on. I've got 91% left, and then in theory it's time to start chopping the van up. And that piece, just got to clean up all the edges now. Oh yeah, the finish line is now in sight. Well, for this job anyway, there's still more to do. I think that is done perfectly now. All the cables have been managed and cable tied and hidden and all that good stuff. My only concern is now, if I shut the bonnet, because I've had all these brackets off, is it going to line up? I don't know. Let's get the bonnet shut, take all the film off all the lights and test them. In theory, that should line up. Oh, there's a bit of a gap there. That's only on the first click. Let's try this side, and it's a little bit tight there, so it might do with a little bit of an adjustment, but shut it down and little line there. And if we go over this side, yeah, we've got a little bit of a line there, so it does need an adjustment. But let's get these caps off. Whoosh. Oh yes. I'll keep the cap off for now and I'll drop it just there. I'll do the same over this side. Whoosh. And yes. Oh, I can't wait to test these out. Now the big daddies. Whoosh. And whoosh. Now again, they might need some adjustment, but I've got an adjustment up and down on that bolt there. Just undo that one and the one on the other side and it couldn't adjust. But go inside, in theory, now I can turn that one on. Oh yes, it's working. I'll turn on both on and the big ones, and let's go and have a look. Oh yes. Oh yes. They do need some adjustment, but I'll chuff with that. I almost forgot I ordered these for these lights. This is going to be fun. Look at the ditch lights. I've put the covers on. What do we think? Amber lenses on both the bottom spots and the two top ditch lights. I actually also got, in case I just like them normal, black for the top ones. When you pay for Amazon next day delivery to get here before 1 PM and then you get an email to say, sorry, it's not coming now until tomorrow when you're in work on a 19-hour shift. Typical, isn't it? Oh well. Solar panel's going to have to wait until another day, maybe Monday. Not too sure yet. We can crack on though. We've got a table. Do you know the old lagoon legs that you can spin around and stuff for a table? We've got one of them. We've had it for a while. That's what we've been spray painting over there. Let's get it fitted. First piece is down here. We've already fastened it on. It just goes there. You can see it perfect. Next, we've got these three bits. This tool piece with the knob on the end. That's got two little grooved sections there and there. And they basically clip into the bracket just like I would say just like that, but it hasn't gone in because I can't see what I'm doing. Right there, just like that. Now we've put the bracket quite high up so that we can have it all the way down and hidden away, or all the way up as high as we want it. That secures into place by this. That goes in that little hole just there. This piece has got two fasteners. It goes on that hole just like that, and then you can nip that up. I'm gonna have to probably DC fix or secure that on there with a bit of glue every now and then. It's just, that's one of the downfalls of a cheap Amazon table, but it'll do the job perfectly. Loosen this side off because this side is for this bracket just here. That sits straight in that hole just like that. Keep going down, both, and then I'm going to have to tighten that down. But now the tabletop can go on top of there and we can swivel it to wherever we want. So if we're on the single bench seat like I am right now, I can have the table like that. If those two seats are swiveled round, I can have it like that. How cool is that? Lagoon table leg ripper from eBay. I'm going to have a look around Danielle's. There's got to be a piece of wood that I can just bodge together to throw on there for now until I can go down to VANZ Adventures and get a worktop or a tabletop just like this. But I did have rally flaps, like mud flaps for the side, but I ordered the wrong ones. I ordered the ones with the extended wheel arch, not the normal wheel arches. I thought I had extended because I've put the extended on the side. They're not the official man extended that these go with. So I'll try and bodge them together another day. I found a piece of wood, 18mm MDF. So it's not what I'm going to keep, but it's going to do. I found a DC fix, as you can tell the colour just here. Look at how many screws to secure that into place. That is insane. But let's get it on and try it. Drop that into that hole just there. Oh, it's bigger than I was expecting. And then it should just lock into place like that. Done. Let's see, when I'm sat down there, I can have it there. When I'm sat on the double swivel seats, when they're pulled out, I can have it over there. I can move it closer over there. I can do, look at that. I can do everything, it's great, look at that. So now I want to go for a drive. One, I want to see whether or not it alters the airflow into the engine, whether the engine's going to struggle or not. That's what I'm going for a long drive for. Two, I've got a friend down in Southport about an hour away, so I'm going to go down and see him for a bit. And number three, I get to test the lights at night time. I have found something quite cool about these ditch lights though. I can't wait to show you that. Caught me reflection on the way down here. Look at that, that looks cool. When you think you're the coolest guy in the parking lot, and then he turns up. There we go, check it out. So that's for the main ones. That'll turn, look at them, boof. And then this one, if I press that left-hand one, it turns the main ditch lights off, but it still leaves the day running lights on. That's quite cool. Let's see what they look like. Now it is proper dark here in Southport. It's quite cool. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, a light show. That is just the day running lights. Then we've got whoosh. We've leveled them up a little bit. Then that one just there goes whoosh. You can look at it, you can see right over the other side of the lake. That's when you know it's good, when it puts a smile on your face. You can't help but have a childish laugh, a bit like all of his lights. Now let's try it with the amber lens covers on. Oh, I'll leave all the links to Auxbeam down in the description. Very much worth it. Let's try just the fogs on their own. Whoosh. Amber. Now the ditches. That's me done for this video. I've run out of money. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Peace out, guys.